Hey y'all, I thought I'd do a video real quick on Latvia before I post my pictures just because it's a lot to write out. So I'm right now in Estonia. So this morning I took a 4-hour bus ride and crossed over the country border to Estonia. So before that, most pictures start, I want to finish with Latvia because it was amazing. It was completely different than I expected. I'm not really sure what I expected. But these Eastern Bloc countries, these countries that were behind this in the Soviet Union, behind the Iron Curtain, we didn't know anything about, at least the United States. I don't think we knew anything about the backstories of all these individual countries. So the thing about these Baltic states, so that's Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, is they actually were forced into the Soviet Union. They had no choice. There was a secret pact signed by Stalin and Hitler in 1939 that they lied about until the 1980s. And I'll tell you about that in the pictures that I'm going to put below. But they had signed this pact that said that because Russia wanted to go not Russia, the Soviet Union wanted, well, it was Russia, all the way to the Baltic Sea and have all of this land. If you look at a map, and I'll put a map down here too, you can see that swath of land took these countries, including Ukraine. So those countries blocked, they wanted all the way to the sea to be able to have defenses and that land. It was farmland and great forestry land they wanted. And so they signed this agreement. Then life being what it is among two crooks, Hitler actually, during World War II, Soviet Union moved in, put all of their missiles and missile defenses and tanks and took over, and Hitler let him do that. Hitler, in the meantime, invaded Poland, and Stalin did nothing to stop that. So you can see kind of the back deals that were going on here. And then Hitler decided he was going to invade Latvia and the Baltic states, and so he flipped on Stalin and invaded. So it was under under Nazi Germany for a great deal of time. Over 200,000 people died, including many and most of the Jewish population, the mentally ill, and anybody that spoke out against what was going on. Then the war's over and Soviet Union is in control again and never let go, just absorbed them into the larger Soviet Union. Russia now had to become the official language, not Latvian. They changed all the statues to Russian heroes and got rid of all of the Latvian history. Russian was taught in schools. You were sent to gulags, and hundreds of thousands of people protested. It's not like they didn't protest, they did. But 100,000 people were either killed or sent to gulags. So this went on for 50 years, and they've only been a country in not my grandparents' lifetime, in my children's lifetime. So if you are over 30 years old, you were alive when Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania once again got their independence. So this is all now going on. It also explains a lot about what's going on with their support of Ukraine, because what is happening in Ukraine right now is exactly what happened to them and actually could happen again, because that was only 31 years ago that they were under Russian rule. So it could all be done again. And the advances that they've made in the 30 years since from the Soviet Union are unbelievable. So I'm going to put some pictures below with a few explanations. I visited the Museum of Occupation, and so they're pretty blatant. I also put some pictures about some of the buildings and how they were used during the 50 years the Soviet Union was in Latvia, and how they repurposed the buildings because their original purpose were banned, and then some of the things that are happening now. So I hope you enjoy that. And also, just in final, if you're at all concerned, I'm an independent traveler, so I came on my own, no tour group, no cruise. So don't be afraid of that. There is a bit of a language barrier. They immediately joined the European Union as soon as they could. They're a member of NATO, where in the European Union, if you don't know, European Union, English is one of the primary languages. So it's common for, it's also the language of commerce. So it's common for people who are younger to speak some English. It is not common in any country, despite what people will tell you. Everybody speaks English. No, they don't. And don't expect them to. That's part of travel. But many of the younger people will speak some enough for you to get a coffee in the non-touristed areas, because English is now taught in schools. So that's a bit of a ramble. Hopefully it's useful, and I'll put my pictures below and put some descriptions before I shift gears and move into Estonia, and I'll be here for a week. So thanks for following along with my little travel adventures, y'all. I'll talk soon or write soon.